help me co-facilitate. So basically, we're going to start off with who we are. We are Richmond. We are community groups coming together that represent our Richmond working families. And it's our job year-round to try and make sure that we have doctors medical open, making sure that we have better paying jobs that pay living wages, and also making sure that we have cleaner air. And so these are some of the issues that we all work together on. And it's really important in this election because there are so many seats that are up for the election. And I want to start off by letting Ina speak for a little bit.
Who are we? We are Richmond. Richmond's residents and community groups. We work year-round to improve our neighborhoods, our city. We want to stop foreclosure, reduce asthma caused by pollution, save Doctors Hospital, and raise minimum wage. We are standing up here today to make our voices known, heard. We all have a voice. We all need to go out and vote. And in doing so, then we can say that, yes, this is the person who I wanted into office, instead of letting others make that decision for us. Now, why is September, November the 4th? Why is Tuesday, November the 4th, election in Richmond so important? It's important because many of us feel like Richmond has gotten a little better. Crime rate has gone down, economy has picked up a little. But to be clear, it's not enough. We need more jobs, we need the foreclosures to stop, we need the increase in living wages, we need to save the homes so that our children and families have a place to call home, instead of having to worry from day to day as to where, if they're going to have a home or not. So that's why it's important for us to go out and vote. The election on November the 4th, many are already voting, will decide the future of our city for years to come. 5 out of the 7 votes of the City Council seats are up for election. So there are 7 seats, 5 are up for election. So we really need to have our say in this election. The mayor's seat is up, and 4 city council seats. We got to get the best folks in office in order to be able to achieve what we want to achieve and hold those accountable for the things that they're doing. But to get it a good start, we have to go out on November the 4th, which is on a Tuesday, and put our votes out. If you're not going to be able to make it, you can send in an absentee vote. It's not too late, but it's important for us to all vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to introduce now Leon Zoe.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leon Zhou, and I am a Richmond resident. I have lived in Richmond for close to 10 years. I went to public school and attended Contra Costa College and Diamond Valley College before moving on to UC Davis. My mother, who still lives in Richmond, worked a difficult restaurant job to help raise me and put me through college. I imagine my mother's story as sacrifice is now very different from the other 14,000 Asian Americans in Richmond who want a better future for their children. But with a stake in Richmond is not isolated to the Asian American community. With a stake in Richmond and our upcoming election affects each and every person in our city. We all breathe the same air, drink the same water, and walk the same street and have the same dreams. We have dreams that we can provide a better opportunity for our children. We have dreams that we can support our family with a good job that pay a living wage. And it's my personal dream that we can determine the future of our city, free from powerful corporate interests. As a Richmond voter, I'm concerned about the amount of money that's being spent to buy my vote. I have personally received between 20 to 30 pieces of mail from Sharon-backed candidates. When I drive around the city, each and every billboard is filled with the faces of Sharon-backed candidates. I fear that these candidates will not feel accountable to regular people like myself when Sharon is spending millions to elect them. And I also fear that these candidates will not have the courage to stand up to a powerful corporation. Fortunately, we have an alternative slate. The slate of candidates Tom Butt, Gail Manafu, and Giovanna Beckles, Aguado Martinez, and Gerald Merrick are not taking money from corporations and have delivered concrete wins for the people of Richmond. These slate of candidates have led efforts to increase the minimum wage, stop foreclosures, and stand up to Sharon to ensure that we can breathe clean air and that Richmond residents can benefit from good paid local jobs. This election is particularly important because I have seen Richmond change for the better. Crime is down and the economy is starting to turn around. But we all know that this is not enough. It's clear to me that we need more jobs, good jobs in Richmond. We also need more affordable housing for working people. Equally important, we need independent leadership that will represent the interests of everyday Richmond citizens. It's my belief that the Richmond Working Family slate of candidates will do just that. I would like to close out with a confession. As a part of this surge of first-time voters in 2008, as you may recall, many were inspired to vote because of the attention given to the national election. I didn't think local issues matter as much. In my 10 years in Richmond, I have never cast my ballot for local candidates or measures. I could not be more wrong. Because I always at stake in our city, I am voting in our local election for the Richmond Working Family slate. And I'm also talking to voters each and every day to ensure them to do the same. I hope you join us to make sure that Richmond Working Family slate wins in this November. Thank you.
Next, we would like to call up Stacy.
Good afternoon. My name is Stacy Wilborn. I've been an employee of the City of Richmond for 24 years and a proud SEIU Local 10-1 member. I'm also a resident of Richmond. I've worked for the City of Richmond during those years when city politicians felt responsive to the corporations only. And I've worked for the City of Richmond during those years when we had a progressive council and a progressive mayor who showed their dedication to the residents of Richmond. Our city is improving. Richmond was once known for its high crime rates and its budget problems. Now we're recognized for our drastic decrease in crime. We're recognized for our progressive politics, even leading the way sometimes before Berkeley. We have a city council right now with our progressive candidates who are running for re-election, who stand behind the residents of Richmond, who stand behind the people who want to earn a living wage, who stand behind the immigrants who want to be treated fairly and equitably, want their voices heard, want to be counted in Richmond. We have a council who intervenes in conflicts before they escalate to higher levels, sometimes violence, in the city. During the years that I've been here, we've had politicians who were afraid to make Chevron pay their fair share in taxes. We're afraid to make Chevron implement the needed regulations to keep us all safe from harm, to keep our air clean. When we have politicians who don't accept corporate money, they then have the independence to make corporations respect the health of the people. But when we have politicians who take corporate monies, then they're deaf to the needs of the residents and the workers who are here to serve the residents of Richmond. I ask you to stand up against the corporate money flowing freely into Richmond, trying to steal our local election. Stand up for democracy. Vote November 4th for Tom Butt for mayor of Richmond, Gail McLaughlin, Jovanka Beckles, and Eduardo Martinez for city council. Please cast that vote and let's keep Richmond an independent city who's here for its residents, not for its largest corporation.
At this time, I would like to introduce Edith.
Again, everyone, my name is Edith Pastrano. I'm a Richmond resident, and I've been living here in this city, this beautiful city, for as long as I can remember. Now, it's been in recent years that I've actually noticed why there's so much interest in big corporations in buying our elections. They're afraid. Why do you think they would be spending so much money in filling your mailboxes with flyers that are representing the people that they have bought off, and they're also representing the people that they want to attack? They're spending money in both situations. They're trying to make a group of candidates look bad that have actually been there for us in the past and continue to show their support for Richmond residents. To me, it's clear. Richmond needs to be run by the people who are going to back up the community, who are going to back up all of these people behind me. We represent the working family here in Richmond. We cannot let big corporate money run our city. That's not acceptable. It's our job to make sure that we have a working doctor's medical here, a public hospital that can be accessible to everyone. We all use it. It's been there since day one.
Chevron should support that.
Chevron should support that. I mean, they sent thousands of our Richmond residents there when they messed up that refinery accident. Yet they're not willing to put in money to keep it open. So to me, it's clear, and I encourage you, Richmond fellow brothers and sisters, November 4th is going to determine which way Richmond is going to be leading. We have a clear selection of candidates. We have a selection of candidates that are bought off and sold by Chevron. That's Nat Bates, Al Martinez, Donna Powers, Charles Ramsey, Jim Rogers. Or we can elect a group of candidates who have supported us in the past, have that track record to basically speak for them, who they have represented and who they will continue to represent. And that's Tom Butt for mayor, Gail McLaughlin for city council, Jovanka Beckles for city council, Jael Myrick for city council, the 2-year seat against Corky Bouzet, and I'm missing one.
Eduardo.
Oh, of course, and Eduardo Martinez. Yeah. So thank you all for listening. I really do encourage you all to make the decision. It's really up to us. We cannot let big corporate money handle our lives, handle our city. We need to take control. We need to take control back.
That's right.
We have one more speaker. I want to call up Elizabeth Alexander.
All right, folks, so we have less than 2 weeks to make this happen, to claim our democracy in the city of Richmond and say Richmond is not for sale and our vote cannot be bought. Our job is to make sure that voters know that there are, in fact, candidates who are not in the pockets of big corporations. Candidates who have the qualifications to get the job done and a track record of sticking with the community on issues like jobs, good wages, safe streets, and clean air. Who's going to be with me knocking on doors in the city of Richmond? Who Who's going to be with me making phone calls to voters to make sure we turn out to vote in the city of Richmond? We're asking for everyone here and everyone listening to join us in this effort. You can find us on Facebook at Richmond Working Families. That's Richmond Working Families. Richmond is not for sale, and my vote cannot be bought. We'll see you on November 4th when we win.